Hi, everyone. I'm Sunshine Jackson, and thank you so much for joining me for the Sunshine Sessions on YouTube. Well, today I just wanted to talk to you all about a topic that I discussed previously about the pick me's. And before we get into it, I'm going to ask that you all please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you in advance for doing that. And thank you so much to my new subscribers and to supporters and everyone with the kind words and the comments and just the feedback, whether you agree with me or disagree. Thank you all so much just for interacting. But I wanted to talk to you briefly about the pick me situation and how that tends to go wrong. So I'm on a new app. I don't know if I can say the app here, but it's a social app. And it gives you the opportunity to network and meet people from basically all over the world. And the interaction can be interesting. Some of it can be a little bizarre, but interesting nonetheless. So there's one gentleman on the app, African American man, very attractive physically, and I think for black women especially who choose to only date black men, I think definitely he would be the type for that particular black woman. But I also think that, well, I know for a fact that women of all nationalities and races find him attractive based on his following. So I went to his live and had an opportunity to interact with him. And I'm looking at all of these women on his app, in his live, all of his followers. Beautiful women, gorgeous, pretty much any and everything that you could imagine in terms of physical appearances. And I think he has spoken before. Well, I know he has. I don't know what the topic was, I can't remember, but I know that he has spoken before about his dating history. So he, excuse me, according to him, he dates all types of women. Race is not an issue for him, which is seems to be the case with many black men. Fine, So he posed a question because he does that, with the different topics in his live. The question that that he posed was, should a man pay for everything in a relationship? Should the man pay for everything? I knew it was going to be a pretty interesting debate. And so I sat and I watched all of the comments, all of the comments, all of the comments, and they were all leaning toward, oh, I'm an independent woman, and I don't need a man to take care of me. And if I was independent before I met him, why do I need to be dependent now? And this, that, and the third. And this was across the board in terms of race and nationality. I was looking at the comment. So finally, I put myself in his dialogue box, so I can interact with him verbally. And when you do that, when you request to be in his box, of course, people can see your photo, and if you choose to go on camera. I chose to go on camera. And we were talking, and those of you who have seen some of my videos, you know how I feel about it. I not only am not the pick me type, but I'm not I don't identify as a feminist, and I'm not with the 50-50. I'm just not, because I'm not equal to you physically. And I just feel like exactly what I told him and his followers in the dialogue box. What I bring to the relationship is something totally different than what the man brings. I bring a softness and a sensuality and a nurturing and a calming effect and a warmth that the man more than likely cannot bring. I expect him to bring the protection and the provisions, providing. That's not cool for a lot of people. That's an unpopular opinion, but it's the way I feel, and I stand firm in that. And I made that clear. And when I finished, or as I was finishing, he started to applaud. And I was like, that's interesting that he's applauding. I didn't expect that. And as he's applauding, I see comments in the comments section now leaning more toward agreeing with what I'm saying. So he chimes in and he says, I'm an alpha male. Providing is what I do, providing and protecting. And I was listening and I was like, okay. And he said that his mother gave him away, literally gave him away, when he was younger, gave him to his aunt and uncle. So his aunt and his uncle raised him. And the example that he got was his uncle, who was a provider and a protector for his aunt. So the uncle worked and the aunt stayed home. Okay? Excuse me. The aunt stayed home and she took care of the household and, all of that. So as he was saying that, it became clear to me why he was applauding when I was talking and why he was agreeing with me. So I said, okay, that's interesting. So I asked him, especially based on the majority of the comments that were in his comment section, I asked him as an alpha male, how did it make him feel knowing that even though he wanted to provide, there are women who don't want that? He said that that's a turnoff to him. It's a turnoff because it goes against his words, not mine. It goes against what he is or what he feels naturally. And he gave me an example. The example he gave was with his ex. He didn't say whether she was a girlfriend or a wife. He just used the term ex. He didn't say, and I didn't ask. But what he did say was that when they were together, she would always call her father for whatever it was that she needed, including having him come to the house and do things. And as a man, he said that made him feel very upset. It was annoying to him because it made him feel like she didn't trust him to, provide, and she didn't trust his judgment to make sure that they were going to be okay and that type of thing. And so they couldn't meet in the middle. As a result, as a result of that, the relationship ended. So I was thinking at that moment as he was talking to me and as I was remembering these comments in his section, it reminded me how the pick me vibe, that whole vibe, is sure to backfire. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not expect it to go the way that it did. I can admit when I'm wrong. I take full accountability for being wrong. I made an assumption, and we're told when we're very young not to do that. I made an ass of myself. Yes, I did. Because what I assumed was, based on all of these female followers that he has, and he has like followers in the tens of thousands. Based on these followers, I assumed that he would just eat it up, that these women, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, were carefully crafting their responses to adjust to what appeared to what he or what they thought he would like, or what they thought was something with which he would agree. Okay, I assumed that he would do that. Well, he shut that shit down. I'm here to tell you, because he said, nah, He applauded me and said he is a natural provider. So the pick me, that whole vibe can go wrong. It usually does. But again, the way I assumed that it would go wrong was that all of these women would express that whole pick me thing, and he wouldn't choose them anyway. Little did I know, it went in the opposite direction, where the pick me's said what they thought he wanted, and he totally disagreed. So you see what I'm saying? So either way, the pick me thing doesn't work. And the takeaway from that, and again, the women in his comment section and the women that follow him, gorgeous women, gorgeous women. I'm telling you, I guess for a man, anything that you probably want, any taste, as much as it varies, is probably there in his following, because I saw, just some stunning women. But that's an example of how little the appearance matters. When you craft your thoughts, or I think when you make adjustments based on having a certain man like you, or choose you, or pick you, or whatever, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Now he and I have been conversing. He's been messaging me. He's, following me. And don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying that anything is going to come of that. I'm simply saying, because I was authentic in my response, and because I didn't allow an attraction or a desire to be picked, I didn't allow that to alter my opinion. He seems to have a genuine interest in conversing with me further. Now, I've been on his live since then, and he tends to big up me, saying he loves my responses and the way that I speak and how I think and that type of thing. And again, not to insinuate that anything is going to come out of that between he and I. I'm just saying, by being myself and not having that pick me vibe, he's now interested in what I think and what I have to say. So, and let me describe this man for you before I go, because he's a very attractive man. He, based on what he said, and I believe it to be true, because I've seen a full body shot of him, because he's a private, what do you call it? Not a private, I'm sorry for the stuttering and all of that, guys, but I'm a personal trainer. He's a personal trainer. He is brown complected. I would not quite as dark as a Morris chestnut, but almost there. He's got the nice, well-groomed, low haircut, nice body, not very bulky, but not overly, you know what I'm saying? Um, and he's got this full, very healthy, very full beard that's very well groomed and looks like he, and I know he it's fine, I just thought about it. I know he pays attention to it because he was on his live stream one day. He was actually like combing it. You know how the guys do with the combs that they have for the beards. I mean, it's thick enough to comb, and he was grooming it. So that's just to give you an example of what he looks like. Very attractive man, but it doesn't matter how attractive the women were, and again, gorgeous women. If you put that out there too much, again, just my opinion. This is not me knocking the women. This is just my advice. Take it or not. I'm not a guru or an expert or anything like that. I'm not a professional counselor or anything like that. I'm just a lowly little person who I have a podcast and this YouTube channel and that type of thing. If you continue to be disingenuous and you craft your opinions based on what you think a man will feel about you, or based on your likelihood to be picked, it's going to backfire every time. Be authentic in your thoughts. Be unapologetic. And I promise you, the right man, no matter what his race, he will find you. He will pursue you. And again, let me make it perfectly clear. I'm not suggesting that anything is going to come of this communication that he and I have been doing for almost a week now. I would say about 5 days, not a full week. I'm not saying anything serious or long term is going to come from that. I'm just using it as an example to tell you ladies, it is okay to have an opinion, even if it goes against the grain of the quote unquote norm or the majority. Believe whatever you believe. Don't alter that based on wanting to be picked or chosen. Whether he is Mr. Right or Mr. Right now, he will find you, and you will not have to be disingenuous for that to happen. Again, just my opinion. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you all so much for listening to me ramble and a little stuttering going on this evening, but I think I got my point across. I'll see you all next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.